Come have some popcorn with me. Oh my god, I'm starving. So I'm having today's class. I'm gonna be having some popcorn. So you know how we do during class. So make sure you have your drink and your snack. I'm just doing popcorn. Okay? Because I'll be starving. Okay. I am starving, starving, starving. Hello, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Tochi, Papa Dr. Tochi, Mama Dr. Tochi, Mama of the Mans, and women's. Okay? Please, by all means, go and get your drink, get your snack, as we have today's class. Okay? Hello over there on Instagram. Get your drink, get your snack. Okay? We're not here to starve. And thank you, Princess Rookie Green. Remember to like and share the video. Give it a thumbs up, a heart. Lets other people know that class has started. Hey, y'all, I'm just hungry, okay? I'm just hungry. So that's why I'm having fun. Because I was like, do I have time to start cooking something before class start? And the answer was no. So here we are. Me and some popcorn. Okay. I hope y'all are having a great week and a greater weekend. For those of you who are Apprentice Plus ritual makers and apprentice, I think it is, make sure you're keeping up with the readings recommended on Patreon. I've put up a couple, actually more than a couple of esoteric books on Patreon. And depending on your membership level, you may or may not have access to the PDF of the reading. So, hello, Chrissy Mposa from Malawi, where they use the kwacha. See, I know that. So, hello, VJ, Mavdia, and Edis Enterprises. Hello, on Instagram. Make sure you're up to date with your readings. I know some of the recommended materials I have there might be a little bit difficult to understand. They may be strange, things you haven't thought about or heard about before, but the idea is for us to expand our spiritual knowledge. We need to know the difference between spirituality and magic, okay? And bonjour, Leonie. Palmer. Parma. Parma. I like that. Remember to like and share the video. I'm just trying to eat down this popcorn before class starts. So if you need to get your snack and drink, please do so. Apprentice Plus, I'll be moving Apprentice Plus over to Patreon very soon. So if you're still on YouTube, be aware that one day you're going to wake up and it's gone. Okay? That's why I'm giving advance notice. And also, for those of you on Patreon, I have some rituals posted there. And the expectation is that you be practicing those rituals yourself. I know some people have living circumstances that kind of prevent them from having a big altar, shrine in their home or their space. Go get you a portable altar, okay? I've talked about portable altars. I've done a class on portable altars. You can make one yourself. If you don't want to make one, you can go to my store and buy one, okay? You may have to put that portable altar in your car. If that's the safest place for you to put that altar, where no one's going to mess with it, then so be it. Put it in the car. Secure it in the car. You have to put it in your office or put it in the shed in the backyard. Put it in a locked trunk box. So be it. Okay. Yes, you're right, Miss Ola. Okay. So, I cannot overemphasize the importance of having your own altar, okay? If you are a serious spiritual student, if you are a serious spiritual practitioner, you ought to have an altar. You have to have that sacred space where you do your spiritual work. For instance, if I say to you, such and such a ritual needs to be done at your altar, some people are going to be in the comment section using the crying icon, emoticon. The crying emoticon that has tears. Going, oh my God, I don't have one. Oh my God, I don't have space. But you're still having the problems you have. And it hasn't occurred to you that you have to do what you need to do to solve your problems. Okay? And many of us, because of religious thinking, we have this helpless mentality. Okay? We live with a helpless mentality that something magical is going to happen someday that is going to rescue us from our issues, our problems. And we spend many years waiting for that magical rescue. And it's only after we get to be 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, we realize that we wasted a whole bunch of time waiting for the magical rescue to come, and it never did. There are people my age, okay, even older, who are still waiting for the white knight on a white horse to come rescue them. Isn't that a shame? Okay, we're done with the popcorn. We'll have some water. Okay. Aha. Now let's get into it. Some of us still waiting for the white knight on a white horse to come save us. And it's after we're old and decrepit, we realize that they ain't no white knight on a white horse coming to save us from our issues. So we need to strike while the iron is hot, make hay while the sun shines, okay? Today's class, we're going to talk about people who complain about having mysterious eyes watch them or hearing mysterious voices. Now, before I get into it, remember, if you need me for your divinations, consultations, spiritual practice coaching, please go to my website at tochi.us. TOCHI.us. I don't do consultations outside of an appointment booked through my website. So please do not be writing in the comment section and telling me to help you in the comment section, writing your problems in the comment section of my videos, and be thinking that I'm going to come back in the comment section and respond to you with a solution to your problem. I'm not going to do it. Okay. I know some of you are new here. You don't know me that well. I am kind of straightforward. Okay. I'm a straight shooter. I will tell you like it is. I am not going to come into the comment section to solve your problems or to give you advice or even give you my opinion in the comment section. I'm not going to come in there and give you my opinion or my advice about your issue in the comment section of a public video. Period. I'm not even going to do it by email. I'm not even going to do that by text, because I have people who be texting me, leaving me voicemail, telling me about their problems, what they should do. I just listen. Once I start listening and I see it's somebody who is trying to not make an appointment and not get a proper consultation, I just delete the message. I'm just being honest. I just go ahead and delete the message. Okay. So that I can make space for more important things in my voicemail. Okay. So I've had a number of people consult with me about having this phenomenon where they say they feel like people are watching them or something is watching them, or that they're hearing voices telling them to do things or giving them information or just saying gibberish. Okay. I have a video I put out on my YouTube channel. I think it must be about 3 years at least. Okay, and you can look it up. It's called "Are You Hearing Voices?" What to do if you're hearing voices, or something about that, about something to do with voices. So if you perform a search inside my YouTube channel, now not in the general YouTube, maybe you might find it, but if you go into my channel itself and perform a search inside the channel, I think it might be quicker to find that video class. It's about 3 years old. But the reason why I'm revisiting it now is that it seems I'm getting more and more people who are experiencing this phenomenon. And I just wanted to quickly discuss that in today's class. Okay. Sometimes people get confused as to what they're seeing and what they're hearing. And the first inclination they have is that, oh, someone has put a hex on me, someone has put a curse on me. It's bad witchcraft. Okay. But I am going to say this first. There are a lot of people with mental health issues that are seeing things and hearing things. It needs to be put out there. Okay. So even if you have other spiritual practitioners or people who claim to be spiritual practitioners, okay, whether they're tarot card readers or crystal readers or priests or whatever, and they'll tell you, oh no, it's your enemies. Your enemies are attacking you. I'm gonna keep it real. Majority of the time that people complain about seeing things and hearing things is a mental health issue, and we need to be able to tell ourselves the truth. Okay. Mental health issues are nothing to be ashamed of or embarrassed about. All of us have mental health issues. It's just that some of us manage ours better than other people. Okay? All of us, all of us have mental health issues. Okay? I'm yet to meet a person who has had a trauma free life. Even babies born today experience trauma. Okay? So everybody's got something. We may not always look like it, but everybody got something. Everybody got something, okay? It's just that some people handle their trauma and their wounds better than other people. Some people can manage it better than other people. There are some people who can just compartmentalize it, put it in a corner, and keep on moving forward and living their lives. Some other people can't. Some people need to be every day. Oh, look at me. Oh my God. I have suffered. Come and watch me suffer. Look at what my mama did to me. Look at what my papa did to me. Look at what my sister, my brother, my this, my child, my husband, my wife, my girlfriend, my boyfriend. Some people, that's it. They have to be on and on about it every day. Okay. And some other people bottle it up inside of them and carry it with them to the grave. And some people bottle it up until it blows out of them and stuff happens. Okay. But all of us, to one degree or the other, have varying amounts of mental health issues. Okay. That's why there are so many people, for instance, in the United States and Canada on antidepressant medication. Millions. We have millions of people on antidepressant medication. And a lot of that too is to numb what they're seeing and numb what they're hearing because it's too much. It's like if they're not on those medications, a lot of people, millions of people are also on psychotic, neurotic, and all kinds of psychiatric type medication. And the idea is to just dampen down what they're hearing and what they're seeing. Okay. There are some people with mental health issues that are also having spiritual issues, and both get commingled. So they're getting downloads of spiritual information, but they're also having mental health issues, and they can't distinguish between the two. Okay. So the first thing I usually recommend when someone comes to do a consultation with me is to ask them their medical status. And of course, a lot of people are going to say, no, nothing is wrong with me. And the doctors did a workup, they did my blood test and they couldn't find nothing. Okay. Mental health illnesses rarely show up in blood tests, okay? They rarely show up in physicals. If someone is there tapping your knee, checking your your reflexes, okay? They tapping, your knee and elbow and whatnot, trying to see if, your nerves are still working. That is not checking your brain. If you're on a treadmill running and they put electrodes and wires on you to see how your heart is performing, that is not a mental health test. Okay. If they're drawing your blood, that's not a mental health test. So I'm just putting it out there because there'll be folks that be like, no, I got a medical checkup. It's just like when people consult for body odor issues. People say, oh yeah, I've been to doctors, I've been to all kinds of doctors, when they know darn well that they have not seen one single doctor about their issue. And then they say, yes, I have. Yes, I have. And maybe they talk to their cousin who's a nurse or cousin who's a doctor. And they say, yeah, oh, yeah, I went and they checked everything and they couldn't find anything. Because we just think that the spiritual solution is the best solution, the only solution. And, we subject ourselves to self diagnosis. And by the way, I do have a video of the dangers of self diagnosis. So many of us need to go watch that video on self diagnosis, okay? The dangers of self diagnosis, okay? Because many of us are involved in self diagnosis. So if you're seeing anything and you're hearing anything that seems out of the ordinary, first go get it medically checked. Don't say to yourself, if I go talk to a mental health professional, that they're going to put me in handcuffs and take me away right away. That's not how it works. And if you're not confident about seeing the medical professional, healthcare professionals around you where you are, go somewhere else where you're not known and have someone evaluate your mental health. Go somewhere where you're not known. Okay? Right? So that's one. If you have been diagnosed with a mental health issue, it helps greatly for you to take your medication. Why am I saying this? Should I repeat myself? Should I repeat myself? Let me hear back from you. Should I just repeat what I just said? Or should I go on? Let me pause here for a minute and hear from folks. Remember to like and share the video. It lets other people know that class has started. Okay. It lets the platforms, the algorithms on the platform let folks know that we have started. So let me look down here. Should I just repeat what I said or should I keep on going? Let's hear from folks. Okay, Dr. Karen says go on. Okay, so Dr. Karen, she says I should go on, so I'm gonna go on. Okay, Ife says go on. Okay, all right. So we're my Insta people, Insta folks. Just be quiet. Y'all be lurking in the background. Y'all have mental health issues. Okay, never mind. So anywho, there are so many people who are not compliant with their medication, and it makes things worse. If you don't take that medication, you will not get better. Okay, that's one. If you don't take that medication, you won't know the difference between spiritual message and a mental illness message. You won't know. You will not know. And sometimes people will take their medication for a while and feel better and say, oh, okay, I feel better now. I don't need to take this medication anymore. I can just put it aside because I feel better. No, the reason why you're feeling better is because you're taking the medication. And once you stop taking the medication, you're not going to feel better and your situation is going to get worse. Okay. I have family members who have mental health issues, and I've had family members who have had mental health issues. And right now that I'm talking to you, I don't even know if I got mental health issues. I probably got some mental health issues. Like my Nigerians who say, Jesus is Lord. Funke! The pastor will hear of this. Do you know you can be prosecuted for that? Golly. Golly. Now. As you can tell, I watch too many Nollywood movies, okay? So they have all these sound effects and things like that that is just like so funny. All right. So, anywho, you need to take the medication. When you take that medication, it calms your physical brain down enough for you to be in this reality and know the difference between this reality and any other reality. When you don't take that medication, you don't know what reality you are in. You have no idea. You could be in any reality. You could be in this reality thinking you're in a different reality and acting out appropriately for a different reality in this reality where that activity is not appropriate. And the folks in this reality are looking at you and saying, do we need a call for some backup? Okay. If you don't take that medication, you won't be able to decode messages you're getting from your spiritual crew. And I know that I'm sharing with you right now what a lot of spiritual practitioners will not let you know, what a lot of religious leaders do not want you to know. That's why we come here to have the forbidden fruit. A lot of them want you off your medication so that they can be beating drums and rubbing chicken feathers on your forehead and collecting money. Okay? And doing dances and incantations and all kinds of things and singing songs and yelling and screaming and shouting and carrying on. But there's nothing practical they have given you. And they're not addressing the physical. We live in a world of duality, physical and spiritual, and both have to be balanced, both have to be harmonious for us to make it through here and fulfill our destiny. And the mistake a lot of us with mental health illnesses make is we just think, oh, I can ignore the physical and just focus on the spiritual, and my spiritual crew is going to heal me. Well, your spiritual crew is talking to you, but what they're saying, their message is not getting through because your brain is not working the way it's supposed to work for whatever reason. And I'm not come out here to blame folks for the reason why they have mental health illnesses. For some people is genetic, and for some people is not genetic. They were getting involved in ish that they had no business getting involved in and developed a mental health illness, aka okay. Now, for some people, and a lot of people, is genetic, and for a lot of people, it can be environmental too. What they went through, what they've lived through, and they develop a mental health illness. Okay, trauma. So we have spiritual practitioners who do not want you to address the physical. Because as long as you're unbalanced, as long as you're seeing things and hearing things, they're making money. And so when people consult with me about these kind of issues, I emphasize, have you seen a physician? Are you under medical care? And usually, like I said before, people will say, no, there's nothing physically wrong with me, nothing physically wrong with me. And I do a divination. So they make those claims and I do a divination. And in some instances, I find out that it is a physical issue going on with them. They have mental health issue. And I will tell them. But I try to be diplomatic because nobody likes to be told that they're crazy. Okay. So I try to be diplomatic. But there are some people who are not mentally ill and they see things and they hear things. How can we tell the difference? Let me put it out there. Let me see what you have. How can we tell the difference between someone who's seeing and hearing things when it's real spiritual and when it's a mental health issue? I want to hear from you. What do you think the difference is or differences are? Let's see if folks are awake. Let's see if folks are here and thinking with us here because we're here about practical spirituality. Okay. Remember to like and share the video. It lets other people know that class has started. Class is in full swing. If someone came to you telling you that they're seeing things and they're hearing things, how can you know just from common sense? How can you, and I'm not talking about doing a divination here. We're going to get to that. But how can you tell from common sense if the person is having mental health issues or they're actually having a spiritual experience? Okay. So Ife says the difference is in how they present the issue. So what's the difference? Be specific. Okay, Janine, I think the difference is when it's spiritual, it will be something uplifting or positive. If it's mental illness, something negative. And you're correct. Janine is correct. A lot of people who present with the issue of seeing things or having eyes watching them or they're hearing voices telling them and you ask them what are you seeing or what are they saying and how the eyes watching what kind of eyes, and sometimes you hear them say, "Oh, the eyes, the eye, I feel the eyes are following me everywhere. When I open the window, they're there staring at me. Or I keep hearing these murmurings and they keep murmuring and they're murmuring and they're murmuring." I will tell you 99.9% of the time, that's a mental health issue. It's a mental health issue. And like I said before, it's nothing to be ashamed of. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. Some of us are overweight. We're not walking around feeling ashamed that we overweight. We just try to find a nice way to manage ourselves. Okay. I heard some facts yesterday. Someone said that, do you know that uh, that a person who weighs 150 pounds carries zero point 0.2, has zero point 0.2 milligrams of gold in them. So we have naturally occurring gold in our body. So if you're 150 pounds, you have zero point 0.2 milligrams of gold. So, of course, so what that means is the bigger you are, the more gold you have. And the richer you are. Okay, I just had to throw that out there. So we always have to find a way to manage our thinking around our issues. Okay. But does it mean that somebody who has a mental health situation cannot be spiritually helped? Yes, they can be spiritually helped. Yes, they can be spiritually assisted. But it has to be in tandem with physical help. It has to be in tandem with medical help. Then both will balance out. Majority of the people who have presented to me with having watching eyes, eyes watching them, voices saying things, have negative things to say. Oh, they go to work and people are murmuring things, and then they talk about the gossip and the backstabbing and stuff, and then they try to use that to support the voice situation. Or maybe people look at them a certain way, or look at them a funny way, and then they attach that to the eyes. All these eyes are watching, and stuff like that. And when you actually get to see these people, you too, you would be looking at them a certain kind of way. Okay. But they're not aware how they present themselves to other people in this reality. And they think that they're presenting themselves normally, but they're not. They're not. And so, because they are not, they don't understand or refuse to understand why people react to them the way that they do. Okay. When a person is having a spiritual experience and that they're seeing eyes watching them and hearing voices, when you ask them, what did the voice say? Just like Eligata says, you ask them what the voices are saying, then they will give you a definite message, definite information. The voice said to me, go and pluck this leaf, and the reason you need to use this leaf is good for healing whatever disease. And they just heard a voice tell them, go to that tree. When you go there, go get 5 leaves off that tree, boil it, drink it, or boil it and give the tea to the person who will be coming to you tomorrow with such and such ailment. That is a spiritual experience. Some see the eyes just watching. And if they turn around and say, who are you? Why are you watching me? They will get a response. Sometimes they will get a response, we're your guardians, we're your spiritual crew, we're your totem spirit guides, we're your ancestors, we're your this, we're your that. They will identify. And the eye watching is not threatening. So it's not something that the person feels they have to hide from. Oh my God, this feels so intrusive. Because when spirit is acting positively in your direction, it's not intrusive, it's not threatening. It doesn't put you into a state of fear or dread. Doesn't put you into a state of terror. But if you are having an experience where you are afraid, oh, I hear these voices and I'm afraid, I'm disturbed, I can't rest, and these eyes, then there's more to it. Now, I want to address a question that I know many of you have about this topic. How about someone putting a curse or hex on someone where they start having these experiences and they're like hallucinating? Does it happen? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. There are people who attend certain religious organizations. It could be a church or mosque or temple or synagogue or shrine or whatever, or they may be part of a spiritual community, they may be part of a religious community, and they're so involved in it, so invested in it, and they've put their resources and everything into that organization. And should they choose to leave, they will start having these kinds of experiences. And it is the organization and the leaders of that organization that are putting those experiences, those hallucinations on them. Does that happen? Yes, it does. And you can say that you heard me say it here. Okay. It does happen. So, how do we know it happens? That is often revealed through divination. You can also tell from how you feel when you leave that organization. Let's say you don't announce it. Okay, don't make this big announcement. Oh, I'm going to leave this church. I feel deceived here. No, don't make an announcement. Just stop going and see how you feel. If you have this sense of freedom, this feeling of freedom, then there is something wrong going on in that church, something wrong going on in that mosque, something wrong going on at that shrine or community or whatever it is that you're going to. If when you stop going, you feel this sense of relief, and many of us need to learn how to practice the law of silence. Again, that video is on my YouTube channel. I encourage you to go and watch it. It's not every move you make that has to be announced. Some of us talk too much. Oh, I'm going to leave you. And you now gave advance warning, and the person you're telling has enough time to do something and react and do something about what you just said and prevent you from leaving. Some of us talk too much. If you're leaving a situation, if you're leaving a condition, if you're leaving an environment, if you're leading a relationship, there doesn't have to be a big announcement about it. Just leave. Just leave. But if you belong to a cult or you belong to an oppressive organization and you make that announcement, and the people in that organization, especially the leaders, know that they're getting some benefit from you, they will do what they have to do to keep you in there so that they can keep on reaping the benefits of you being there. And if it means you going insane, so be it. And a lot of us need to be real and not naive about these things. Because I can't tell you how many times I would look in comment section of some of my videos or even other people's videos, and they're in this la la land or delulu land. Oh, I do no evil, so no evil comes to me. I think no evil and no evil comes to me. Because I'm not involved in evil, evil will never come to me. If that is so, why do you have to come to comment section and write it? No, you're writing it there in the comment section because you're trying to convince yourself that it is so. But you know deep down in your spirit that it's not so. Bad things happen to good people, and good things happen to bad people. That's life. So if you need to leave, leave quietly, leave without fanfare, leave without announcement, and see how you feel. If you have a sense of freedom, maybe the first few days you may be feeling a little bit of fear, some trepidation, but after 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, you're beginning to feel free. That's a good indication that where you were wasn't where you needed to be. So there are some people that have these things put on them, and we find out through divination. And oftentimes, these people, when they have things put on them, they will also have dreams that will indicate that something was put on them. Sometimes they will have it being told to them directly in the dream. Sometimes they will have that being told directly to them in the dream. And then they wake up from the dream and they're like, what did I just dream? Well, what you just dreamt about was a revelation about your situation. And then what you should do is go get a divination to confirm the meaning of that dream, or go get a dream interpretation. If there's someone you know who does dream interpretations, I do dream interpretations. If you go to my website, you can book one. There are other people that do dream interpretations. Get a dream interpretation or get a divination, because the divination will pinpoint what the issue is, what the circumstances, who's involved, and what to do about it. Okay. So this is the kind of world we live in. Okay. We have people who have mental health issues. We have people who are having genuine spiritual experiences. And we have people who are just victims of negative rituals and negative spells. And that's why we always need to have our spiritual cleansing routine. And we need to have spiritual protection in place. If you go to my YouTube channel, I have so many videos on different ways you can spiritually protect yourself. Little rituals you can do that cost you next to nothing that you can do. Set up a routine. Maybe every month I do my protection ritual, or every week I do my cleansing ritual. Have a routine. Make it part of your lifestyle. Make it part of your spiritual lifestyle. And you will notice a difference in your life. You will notice a difference in the quality of your life. You will notice a big, 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 huge difference in the quality of your life. Okay. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down here? Are you understanding what I'm saying here? Always find out the cause of why you're seeing them eyes and why you're hearing them voices. Don't sit and self-diagnose. Okay? Is anybody understanding what I'm saying? If you understand what I'm saying, let's have your AYE, in the comment section. Hello, Mr. DJ. If you understanding what we talking about here, let's have your AYEI in the comment section. Okay. Don't subject yourself to self-diagnosis. There's something else I want to add, and then we'll close today's class. If you have gone to a physician and they've prescribed medication, take the medication. If you have gone to a spiritual practitioner and they have given you things to use those things according to how that spiritual practitioner has asked you to use those things. Many people do not get the relief that they need because they don't follow the spiritual practitioner's instructions. And then they'll turn around and say, oh, it doesn't work. Many people don't take their medication as prescribed. They're not medication compliant, and then they'll complain that the medication doesn't work. No, it's you. You are not compliant with the medication. And it's the same thing with a spiritual prescription. If your practitioner, for instance, gives you some soap and says, this is how you need to use this soap, you need to understand that when that spiritual practitioner gave, and I'm talking about the authentic, real spiritual practitioners. I'm not talking about internet practitioners, okay? The people on the internet, with the flashy ads telling you, come one, come all. No, I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about real spiritual practitioners who have powerful altars, who have powerful shrines where they do work, and they work with multiple spirit guides, and they work with multiple deities, okay? That's what I'm talking about. If they give you something to use, no matter how simple it is, whether it's some soap or some oil or lotion, okay, and they say this is the way to use it, and here's what you need to say when you are using it, you had better do that. You had better do that. And do it for as long as they told you to do it. So if they told you do it for 21 days, you need to be doing it every day, 21 days, every day, 21 days. That's what you need to do. You need to be doing it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, until the 21 days be gone. If they say 30 days, if they say 60 days, that's what you need to be doing until you are free of your situation or until your situation is resolved. People be doing something for 3 days, 1 week. Oh, I'm not seeing no results. This must be fake. We can't tell you everything that we've put into them soaps and lotions that we gave you to use because of your condition. Because if we told you what's in there, if we if we if we told you what's in there and what's been put in there and the kind of work that had to be done to give you what we gave you, you'd be dumbfounded. You would be dumbfounded. Because when you have a real spiritual practitioner handling these kind of issues, especially if it's something that was put on you, okay, there's some very serious work going on, and they can't tell you everything that they put into that thing that they gave you to use. You just have to use it and then start seeing it work. And you have to keep on using it until your situation is resolved. And you can't be taking that thing all around. Oh yeah, see what Dr. Tochi gave me to keep me from seeing eyes and hearing voices. And this is just shut up. Stop talking. Shut up. Shut up. You don't need to gossip about yourself. You don't need to broadcast the solution to your problem. And some of us talk too much. The smallest solution we get to a problem, we have to be on the radio announcing it, even when nobody asked. And if you're out there announcing the solution to your problem, that is the same way that the person who did whatever they did is informed, and then they'll go back and redouble on their efforts. And I'm telling you how it is. And you're going to be stuck in that cycle. So it needs to be said, because many of us talk too much when it comes to our problems. I'd rather be bunking out there, cracking jokes and looking stupid and all that, but you will never know the source of my power. You will never know the source of my healing. You will never know the source of my protection. You will never know any of that. Keep on looking at me like a fool, and I'll keep on acting like a fool, but you won't know what's backing me up. You will never hear the drummer that is beating the drums for my dance. Spiritual work takes time. Many of us watch too many movies and videos where it does vavoom, there's a solution in 30 seconds, and we think that that's how it is. It's just like the microwave. I put my food in there, it comes out hot. So obviously, if I do this by tomorrow morning, my problem needs to be solved. Did your problem develop overnight? Did your problem develop overnight? So thank you everyone for coming to class again for more. Please go to my website at tochi.us. Okay. Um, there's so much out there in the world today that we can use to practice our spirituality. We have no excuse. We're thankful to our Creator, our guardian spirits, our ancestors, our spirit guides, and all those in the unseen realms who feed us with the forbidden fruit so that we might be free. Ashe, Ise, Kamagu, Takoza, the Sedi, Mokwande, Ayibabo, and Yanho, Mia. Nakwatso it is done, it is finished, it's complete. Amin Ma'at. Thank you all for coming to class today, and I'll see you in a few days' time, all right? I love you all.